If you smell what the rock is cooking. The rock says, the rock says, the rock says, the rock. They talk to me. You got your rules and no religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, crying, you start questioning your fate. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying, I feel tension rising. I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Hello and welcome to the WWE/NXT Wrestling Talk Show with Bristol James and
Sean Randy Smith as we review our reactions to NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day, which took place on Valentine's Day on February the 14th, 2021, from the Capital Wrestling Centre, otherwise known as the Performance Centre, due to COVID-19.
this was the first NXT TakeOver of 2021 and the last to take place on the current version of the WWE Network in the States.
Yes, because in the States, they are changing ownership to Peacock streaming service. While here in the UK, for me and Mr. Jones, that it will not be unaffected.
We had 5 matches taking place, and we started things off with the finals of the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. So Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart take on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez.
So let's talk you through how these two teams got to the finals of the Women's Tag Team Classic.
Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart got there with wins over Lena Seth and Zoe Stark and the way of Candice LeRae and Lily Hartwell.
While meanwhile, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez got their wins over Alia and Jessica Kamara of the Robert Stone brand. They also beat the Spitfire Warriors of Katie Catanzaro and Kaden Carter to make their way into the finals with Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart.
And remember, the winners here will receive a future shot coming up very soon at the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Currently being held by Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
So this got started. The match was a very fast-paced action match. And
yes, around 17 minutes worth.
Highly competitive for that. Dakota Kai at one point found herself isolated, which is the best strategy in a tag team match. However, she finally managed to tag in Raquel Gonzalez. Dakota Kai managed to hit her sunset flip backbreaker for a near fall. Blackheart managed to hit her signature senton as well. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez would use a double team version of a go to kick. Not to be confused with a go to sleep.
No.
Yes. However, the end of the match came when Raquel Gonzalez was able to eliminate Ember Moon by tossing her off the entrance ramp, which left Shotzi Blackheart in the ring to be hit with Gonzalez's one-arm powerbomb, and she was pinned by both Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. allowed them to pick up a victory and earn a shot at the women's tag team titles, which will take place on the March 3rd episode of NXT.
Yes, so not only did Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez make history by winning the first ever Women's Wrestling Pro Title Classic, so massive congratulations to them. But as my colleague said, they will be getting their Women's Tag Team title shot very, very soon.
Now next we go to the first of three title matches even.
First was for the NXT North American Championship, as the leader of the way, Johnny Gargano, defended his title against Kushida, but there was a very interesting moment happened before the bell even rung.
Yes, this match featured a criminal offence.
Yes, so Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Oscar Theory, and Gargano were backstage doing their hand salute thing that they do backstage. They were making their way to the ring when Dexter Lumis abducted, yes, you heard us right, abducted Austin Theory behind the way's back.
Despite this, the match would go ahead.
24 minutes worth.
Kushida was able to hold the advantage for most of the match, targeting Gargano's left arm.
Ouch.
And this was to help to set up the hoverboard lock finishing maneuver. Well, Gargano basically did what he normally does.
Yep.
And he was setting up for his own one final beat DDT finishing.
Yep.
The finishing sequence here, we saw Kushida hit a kick onto Gargano's arm
Ow.
while on the entrance ramp. Yeah. However, once the hoverboard lock was set in, Gargano managed to get to the ropes, forcing the hold to be released. Then Gargano managed to hit one final beat, not once but twice.
Much.
Once inside the ring onto the entrance ramp, and the second from the ramp to the ring. Which means that Johnny Gargano seems to have finally broken the curse about successfully defending the North American Championship.
Yes. So, the next match is now the finals of the men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, as the new upstarts, MSK, formerly known as the Rascals in the Duffer Wrestling Company, of Wesley and Nash Carter, take on former NXT UK Tag Team Champions, grizzled young veterans of James Drake and Zach Gibson.
What do we say about this?
Now, what do we say?
Fast-paced, full of spots.
Yes.
The veterans managed to perform a certain Road Warriors move with the Doomsday device.
Yes.
Outside of the ring, we had Gibson and Carter going at it. As Drake would dive through the ropes. Why do tag teams always have to do that?
I don't know.
We had Drake perform a 450 splash. for near fall. The veterans would isolate Nash Carter. However, for the large portion of this match, before Wesley was able to be tagged in. At the ending of the match, so a elevated corkscrew blockbuster performed onto James Drake, which would get the pinfall and the victory for MSK.
Winning them the 2021 Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic and becoming and earning a future NXT Tag Team title shot, which will also be on March 3rd.
Some people may say, why give it to MSK whilst the young veterans have been in WWE for longer, but this is one way to establish a new tag team.
It pretty much is, so fair play on the call for that one. Next, we have a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship, as Io Shirai not only defends the championship, but also faces a great task ahead of her, taking on Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm.
Don't you mean retaliation?
Let's talk about that next. Let's talk about the match instead. This is around 12 minutes in length.
Yes, for a women's match these days, this was relatively short.
Yes.
But Mercedes was the aggressive for the early part of the match. All three women were at some point hit their finishes, as tends to happen in triple threat matches. Io Shirai would execute a dive off the Ligon for some of the stage lights.
Yep.
And Mercedes would execute a release German suplex from the top rope to Toni Storm, only for both girls to have a topple onto each other. Then at the end of the match, after some time, so Toni Storm hits Storm Zero on Mercedes for a near fall, and then would hit a top rope dive and headbutt. Now, where have we seen one of those before?
Yes, I wonder. Let's not mention his name.
As she was about to go for a cover, Io Shirai managed to hit the over the moonsault onto both opponents, which would basically get rid of Toni Storm and allow Io Shirai to pin Mercedes Martinez to retain the championship.
So Io Shirai is still your NXT Women's Champion.
It means she has been champion for about 8 months.
Which is a very good reign, let's be honest.
Well,
and the main event...
We know who the longest reign goes to.
Yes. And the main event was between two of the UK's finest wrestlers.
Yes. For the NXT UK Championship,
Doing the NXT Championship. 30-year-old as Finn Balor puts his title on the line against a former and soon to be former at the time of this recording, longest reigning United Kingdom champion, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
Now, there's a certain thing that pops into my head about this match.
And that is...
Let's get physical.
Jesus. But anyway, this match, in my opinion, I think was
Match of a
probably
night.
match of the year
Match of
so far, 2021.
definitely match of a night. Well, you could say that the men's tag team match as well.
Yes.
However, let's see. Of course, Pete Dunne would do what he always does in these matches and target Finn Balor's hand.
Yeah.
We had and manipulating his joints, which is just outs.
Yeah. Which is what Pete Dunne likes to do. After all, he is the Bruiserweight.
Several occasions he came close to winning the match with executing a prop handle slam, aka the bitter end. Then we would have Balor with the 1916. After 25 minutes of back and forth, brutal action, Balor would hit the diving double stomp into a corner, the coup de grace, and a 1916 combination for the 3 count. And Finn Balor, who when people won the championship was basically expecting him to be a transitional champion until Karrion Kross came back from his injury, is still the NXT champion. However, things did not end there.
No, as Finn Balor was making his way back up the ramp, he would be attacked from behind by Pete Dunne's goons, the NXT Tag Team Champions Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch,
who would then force him back into the ring. Pete Dunne would get back up and assault Balor as well. Then the Undisputed Era would come out to make the save.
In Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, and yes, still no Bobby Fish. He's still out injured at the time of this recording.
Though we know that the Undisputed Era have had an issue with those guys dating all the way back to War Games.
Okay, William Regal.
But things did not stop there.
No.
Because after Dunne, Lorcan, and Burch had retreated, it looked like Balor was going to possibly join the Undisputed Era and do the signal. When Adam Cole decided he should eat the super kick.
Right in the face, with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong looking like, what the heck did you just do? And then Adam Cole, out of nowhere, no pun intended, shot the system of the Undisputed Era down to the core by super kicking Kyle O'Reilly right in the face.
Yes. So Adam Cole, after going face for a couple of months last year with the whole Pat McAfee situation, is now back to a heel.
And walking away from the faction that he once helped build to NXT.
Well, we say that. I mean, we don't know that for sure yet because we don't know where Roderick Strong is going to be in this situation. And we don't even know whether like Finn Balor could.
A word.
It's almost like, it's almost
But
like,
one
but
more time.
it's almost like the Undisputed Era is turning into what the Inner Circle is going to be in a certain company.
Yeah, let's not mention that company.
But
So,
we,
before we run you through the match card one more time, we did get word of 2 new signings.
yes, during the takeover, on the takeover pre-show, it was revealed that former Impact champion Eli Drake had signed for WWE, and he will now be known as LA Knight in NXT at the minute. Whilst another former Impact champion, except this time on the women's side, Tyler Valkyrie has also signed for WWE.
Yes, and for those of you who are wondering, she is the wife to John Morrison.
Yeah,
So let us run you through the match card one more time.
in the opening contest, Dakota Kai and Miguel Gonzalez defeated Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart in the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic for the women.
For the women's. In Johnny Gargano retained his NXT North American Championship by defeating Kushida.
In the finals of the men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, MSK defeated the Grizzled Young Legends.
Io Shirai retained her NXT Women's Championship by defeating Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm.
And Finn Balor defeated Pete Dunne to retain the NXT Championship, and that is far from done at the moment.
Yes, considering current events on last night's NXT. So that about does it for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day.
Yeah.
We will be back on now.
Yes.
You haven't heard the last of us just yet.
Yes. Because on Saturday we will be back with a pre-show as we return to the main roster and the first stop on the road to WrestleMania, which is the Elimination Chamber.
And things are already taking shape really quickly. So, until then, he's been
Lisa Rock Jones, and he's been
Sean Randy Smith, and we will see you on Saturday for the Elimination Chamber.